mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your tanty, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented, you have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are live in a Real Talk studio, viewers. Remember that. So, as we go live on Real Talk with Saieed Ali, it gave me great pleasure tonight to thank Mr. Raju Lalo for a beautiful performance of Real Talk Diwali special on Friday gone. Together, I just want to shout out Mickey Raghunath from Wedding Topia. We have a flash of the But nevertheless, viewers, two people are Raju Lalu and Mickey Raghunath together with Real Talk team for putting this together. That, viewers, was done by Mickey Raghunath of Wedding Topia. So he wanted a shout out tonight from Real Talk. He's a fan. He always watch our programs. Tonight I said I'm taking the opportunity to tell him thank you so much. And to the team that put the Friday night show together, the Friday before Diwali in Trinidad and Tobago, I just want to thank them so much. It was obvious I was not here. I have business to attend to outside. I was outside conducting business while my team, a professional team, had everything under control right here at Real Talk Studios. So viewers, it's another win for Real Talk as we promote the Indian culture in Trinidad and Tobago. Just a reminder, remember we at Real Talk, we are licensed money lenders. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. You can contact me. You can contact our office. Open from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You know, I get caught up there with we show, you know, boy. But nevertheless, viewers, this is our contact number on screen. Remember, contact our office from 8:30 a.m. Monday to 4:30 p.m. In the afternoon. It's our working hours, Monday to Friday. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. So viewers, remember, we like to lend. Also, Real Talk is paying you 4% on fixed deposit. The highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago. Grab the opportunity while it lasts to make extra funds to pay for the extra money that you have to dig deeper into your pocket. Now, I have a little something to show you tonight from the annual rental value of property tax, Trinidad and Tobago. All you go and feel it, you know. When I tell all you go and feel it, all you go and feel a stab all the way. From the time you start your mouth, you're going to feel a stab straight down your stomach. And I will show all you how all you will feel this stab. It will hurt all you straight up in the hang tang bang. It will hurt all you. But nevertheless, those of you who like the bash side, I have a story for you tonight. A little ball. And I have documents to show it to. When the government tell itself, oh, it's only this and it's only that. Let me tell you something. You see, all of this is on Trinidad and Tobago together with me. All of us see how we go feel the heat. But nevertheless, at the end of every month or at the end of every 12 months, you will need extra cash. And I will show you how you could make that. Only by investing into Real Talk, where we pay 4% on fixed deposit for 5 years and over. 5 years and over. Also, you could be a member of the Real Talk Credit Union. Viewers, information. Don't miss out on this opportunity. So for last week, I was in Guyana. Like I say, I have business doing there. We opened a finance company in Guyana also. So Real Talk Finance in Trinidad and Tobago. Very soon, we have Real Talk Finance company in Guyana. We move in. Remember, I'm an accountant. I'm a traveling businessman. I into real estate. I into buying and selling car. I into spirit work. I into lending money. I into equipment rental. We into security. So the Real Talk group is growing. God bless me, you know. God bless me, you know. I know there are many who want to see me falter, but I will tell you something. When you see God fail, then And only then you go see Saieed fail. And if you can't see God failing, you can't see Saieed failing. That's one thing I could tell you. But before we go for the big surprise I have for you tonight, I just want to say this. Lisa Agard has been replaced as the Chief Executive Officer of TSTT with immediate effect. The removal comes in the wake of a cyber attack on the state-owned company and criticism over how it was handled. In a media release, TSTT said, the Board of Directors of the Telecommunications Service of Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT, announced that the appointment of Mr. Ken Weston to the post of Chief Executive Officer, AG, following the departure of Ms. Lisa Agard. Mr. Winston's appointment will take immediate effect. TSTT added that Mr. Weston's Weston brings a wealth of leadership experience in the position, having held a senior executive role in the local, regional, and international telecommunication industry, always with a focus on commercial operation and customer experience. Its proprietor to his appointment. Mr. Weston was TSTT General Manager for Customer Experience and Marketing. So there's a new CEO in TSTT. Nevertheless. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir. Said.
Go right ahead.
Which part, where our country heading to the Labas or some deep Abbas or something like that? I mean, we paying $123 million a year in rent for government to rent places.
Correct.
Who is the owner of these buildings and them?
Correct.
Who is the owner? So we have seen our nation. I really don't know where we are heading. There are so many people on scene in this country, but the government on is squandering our wealth and it's not spent in the places that it ought to be spent. I mean, Kamla and Rowley, I don't see any difference. The guy went yesterday in Rock Road, Pinal, and the whole place is only pothole and water and landslide. If you go Chandago also, any part of this country you go, I mean, we have so much wealth, so much pictures, so much different things. And places like Barapo, where so much the oil well come out, Tisoro, he hates the people and them living in Squalor. What is happening in this country? I was with Pat when there was ULF. You understand? And he did a lot for the country. But we have to remove this board leader and put somebody good. If it's Pandey daughter or somebody who can run this country. Because all we hear is talk, and all we're reading about is corruption and mismanagement and government spending, and nobody accounted for it.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, before we go into our big story tonight, we're going for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to hear Gonzalez, Fire and TSTT CEO, Not My Call, after this.
Namaste Od Sitaram. On behalf of Real Talk Group of Companies, we wish to extend to the Hindu community a happy and holy Diwali. May the divine light guide you through your way out of every streak of trials in your life, and may Mother Lakshmi shower her richest blessings on each and every one. Shubh Diwali from the Real Talk Group of Companies.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com. and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. So, Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have stated that he did not have the power to remove anyone, including former CEO Lisa Agard. As a scope of the cyber attack, which saw 1.2 million customer data dumped on the dark web, continued to widen yesterday, Gonzalez said it is also not his duty to force anyone to resign. Well, then it's lack of responsibility. If you don't have the power and the authority to say that, then you lack accountability yourself. Because if you're the Minister of Public Utilities and something happened and the person under you cannot give account as to what happened, why happened, how they get in, well, here we're going on, pack up wherever it is, take a back seat. Lack of accountability, hence the reason why we are where we are today. Trinidad and Tobago had resources. We had oil, we have sugar, we have rice. Today, we have absolutely nothing. The pitch lake is not ours. Just imagine that, and our resources are being sold out with nothing to replace. Nothing to replace. When Prime Minister went to Guyana, you know the Guyanese government tell them, look what you did to Trinidad, we don't want no advice from you. Imagine that. Imagine that. Energy Minister tried to sell Petrotrin. The Guyanese government, no, let's keep that, we don't want, we build and we own one. That's an insult right there. They don't even want no advice from Trinidad. Nevertheless, that's where the PM have us. Now, he stated that he expects the board to do what it has to do, as they must ensure that there is an independent investigation and that the investigation is not interfered with by any operatives inside of TSTT. Listen to this.
That is not my call. That is not my responsibility. I expect the board to do what it has to do to ensure that it manages in this very turbulent time in the organization, and they do what they must to ensure that there is an independent investigation in the matter, and that that investigation is not interfered with by any operatives inside of TSTT.
So I want to ask Marvin, what is his responsibility as a minister? What is his responsibility? I would love to know. And I am definitely sure, Marvin, that Trinidad and Tobago would also love to know that. Gonzalez admit that he did not get proper information from TSTT initially. He said when he first responded to the breach, it was based on what he was told. Even TSTT didn't come out and inform the public. So listen to Marvin.
When I first responded that it was not so, it was based on what I was told, that there was no cyber breach or breach of customers' data at that point in time. Of course, I was responding based on information that was relayed to me by the authority. Of course, I will not say who advised me of that, and that is the reason why I invoke my authority as Minister of Public Utilities to order that an independent investigation be done into this matter.
So what is the minister's role? If you are the Minister of Public Utilities, what is your role to make sure company runs proper? What input do you have? You tell me, Marvin. I would love to know. Because the Minister of National Security said that Trinidad and Tobago, it is not his job to make us safe. Ask what sound advice he had received from Prime Minister on the breach. Gonzalez replied that he cannot divulge, but he did provide some information and advice as to how it should be treated, and that it receives the fullest attention of the National Security Service of Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to him one more time.
How to manage in these very difficult circumstances, and we, of course, I cannot divulge, but he did provide some information as to and advice as to how it should be treated at the highest level to ensure that the public interest of knowing and getting to the bottom of it is preserved and no one interferes in the process, and that it receives even the fullest attention of the National Security Services in Trinidad and Tobago.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we have a caller in 9. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Hello.
Partner, the imitation vaccine vegan. Do you think the Prime Minister should fire Marvin Gonzalez for misleading the Parliament? Because it tells me that minister did not do his due diligence with respect to the information he get it from TSTT CEO. I mean to say, it's plain and simple.
They held back information from the public.
What are you talking about?
Sorry?
They held back information from the public. Critical information.
Hello?
No, he just wanted it to show.
So viewers, listen to this now. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have stated that the proposed increase in the electricity rate will not take place this year. Let me tell you something about Bacchanal Fall here, you know. Tonight, it's Tune It Up. And we tuning it up for all you. Gonzalez stated that before TSTT implements the rate as proposed and approved by the RIC, the matter is placed before the Cabinet before the rate are implemented in 2024. So listen to this.
Before TSTT implements the rate as proposed and approved by the RIC, from a policy perspective, the matter is placed before the Cabinet so that TSTT, being an agency that belongs to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, will now have the blessing of the Cabinet before the rates are implemented in 2024, or as the case may be.
Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk, my friend.
Yeah, I wanted to share something in Mondenico. It have a road called La Gloria Trace, where farmers have access on it. The bridge naturally falling apart. It have a water line, burst and leaking this for about a week now. And your people had the exact on the bridge before it fall apart.
Alright, so here what you do for me. Do a little video of it.
I will do a video of it and send it.
Right. Send it tomorrow for me on 267-7325. It's a WhatsApp number, 267-7325. And on our public concerns night on Wednesdays, we're going to highlight it. Send it with a little information.
This is Foster Cummins area, right?
Thank you, my friend.
Alright, cool.
So now, viewers, back to Gonzalez. He stated that the matter was referred to the Finance and General Purpose Committee, a subcommittee of Cabinet, to determine the financial implementation on domestic, commercial, and industrial customers, as well as TSTT. Listen to this.
The Prime Minister has decided to refer the matter to the Finance and General Purpose Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Cabinet that looks at some of these issues and their financial implication, not only on the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, but on TSTT as a very vital public utility commission. So the matter is engaging the attention of the Finance and General Purpose Committee of the Cabinet, and as Minister of Public Utilities, I am gathering all the necessary information to put before the F&GP so that members of cabinet can have a full understanding as to how this can impact upon all of the customers at the various levels, not only domestic customers, but customers at the level of commercial, industrial, etc., so that we can make an informed decision.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, hear what you do now. Send a little message to your friends and your family who are not watching Real Talk presently, because I have a big surprise for all you. The minister also added that TNTech had a lot of internal work to do on its system and must give a 21 days notice before the rate increase was implemented. So it would not occur before the end of 2023. Listen to this.
According to the Act, TNTech has to give a 21-day notice, and TNTech also has a lot of internal work to do on its systems before it can implement that. So they've asked for that timeline to look at what must be done internally and to comply with that 21-day statutory notice that must be given before the rates are implemented. So, all of that is taking place, and I can give you the assurance that that cannot happen before the end of this current calendar.
So Trinidad and Tobago, message your friend, message your family. In 2024, come January, February, electricity rate is going up. All they need is to inform the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago 21 days before. We are in November. The RIC already did their assessment. In the month of December, they're going to implement their 21 days policy to us, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Come January, come February 2024, we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we're going to be paying an increased electricity light bill. Mind you now, it's going to come every 30 days. Good. Not too long from that, WASA is going to be implementing an increase in water supply. So they say. But what I understand is that there's going to be an increase in your water rate. I don't think the water supply will change, you know. But your water rates, you're going to get an increase just as electricity rate. Good. So that's TNTech going to be implementing a price increase January, February. WASA is going to come up with an increase in January or February. Property tax going to be implemented January or February of 2024. Are you bracing yourself? Good. So, first diagram on screen. Now Trinidad and Tobago. This is a property tax form. Not a form, but after the government did their assess, where individual would come to your home and assess your property, right? They're going to send back a reply to you. So one of my friends got his reply today. Good? They send him this. Now, zoom up on the price structure for me, director. Zoom up. Too far. Now Trinidad and Tobago. My friend works approximately $8,000 a month. Straight up until I can see it on the screen. He works for $8,000 a month. He has a 2-bedroom house. He has a wife. He has 2 daughters home to see about. $8,000 a month. Recently, groceries increased. Cost of living went up. So it's obvious his salary would now be reaching less than it used to be before. So we have it on screen? All right. Oh, let's see it clean there, right? Now Trinidad and Tobago. After the property tax people did their assessment, from January 2024, to December 2024, the annual rental value of his 2-bedroom home, the price that the government put on his house was $22,338. Remember that, eh? $22,338 is the annual rental value that the government assessed his 2-bedroom house to be. Come back to me, Director. Now, this is his private home. He took a loan to build this house. He is still paying a mortgage for this house. Cost of living went up. Gas went up twice this year. Groceries went up. His salary didn't go up. $8,000 a month. A wife, 2 girl child, and he have 1 vehicle to see about. Cost of living went up twice or 3 times 2023. Now, $8,000 a month. $8,000 a month he works for. Good? Do the maths with me, Trinidad and Tobago. His annual rental value, the government said, is coming up to $22,338. Multiply that by 12. Yes. I want to see how the maths work. 22,000. Now then, 22,200. 22,338. Multiply 12. What you get? The figure on screen. $22,338 multiply 12 Trinidad and Tobago. I want to let you do the maths with me. And I'm going to show all you how all you will hold all your head and ball come 2024 that the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister and those in the present regime is telling all you that let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago, it's going to be easy for all you. All you getting back this, all you getting back that. Calling member said 900 is plenty, 500 is plenty for security. Let me tell you something. All you hold on. If we go for a break, we go for a break. If we go for a break, we go for a break. Nothing wrong with that. 22,338 multiply 12. Do it with me, Trinidad and Tobago. The annual rental value on his property, the property tax that he's going to pay for at the end of 12 months from January 2024 to December 31st, 2024, the annual rental value is $22,338. When you multiply that by 12, you're getting $1,800 and I believe $16. In tax? Multiply? Divide 12. Yeah, divide 12. My mistake. Yeah, because it's 12 months, eh? 2,338 divide 12 months. Your monthly figure is $1,861. $1,861. Now, hold on, Trinidad and Tobago, hold on. Come January. So he working for 8,000, eh? Out of the 8,000, he have to put away now $1,861 untouchable money. Good? So from $8,000 now, putting away $1,861, how much you get? You're working for $8,000 a month. With the monthly property tax that you're going to be paying now, these individuals have to put away $1,861. So 8,000 take away $1,861. So he ends up with 6139. Touch my back. 6139. $6,139. When he gets his paycheck at the end of 30 days, the first thing he taken out is $1,000. $861. He will remain back with $6,000 and some odd dollars. He make grocery yet, eh? Keep that in mind. They give your wife personal allowance, eh? Keep that in mind. He ain't give your children money to go to school, eh? Keep that in mind. So he end up with a little over $6,000. Hold your horses, hold your horses. Now, your light bill coming up now. Every 30 days in January. You might pay up to a 50% increase on your monthly bill. Trinidad and Tobago. How much your average light bill is come up to now then? 1,900. Let's say come up 1,000. Light bill for the month is 1,000. Right? With that 1,000 now and a 50% increase is 1,500. So now Trinidad and Tobago, hold on. So Navin, you have $8,000. You're taking away $1,861. Right? You end up with a figure of 6,000. 6,000, do the math with me. 6,000, how much? You end up with 6139 after you take out your rental value. On top of that 6139, now 6,139, you're taking away 1,500 for your light bill. You end up with $4,639. This 4,000 have to last you for 4 weeks, 30 days, because your next salary come in the next 30 days. How much money are you going to make in groceries? How much money are you going to give your wife for allowance? You had 2 children going to school. Where you going? Trinidad and Tobago, all come and talk to me, man. Let's say something now. On top of that now, Trinidad and Tobago. You end up with 40 how much? You end up with $4,639 after you take out $1,861, after you take out $1,500. Good? You have grocery to buy, about $2,000 in grocery for 30 days. Let's talk to me now. You have your phone bill to pay. You have 2 children going to school. You have your vehicle to maintain. Hey, you have to put away money in case an emergency happens. Trinidad and Tobago, what Colin Ambo tell you, you're getting a $500 rebate, and for a security guard, $900 is a lot of money. I just break down $8,000 for you. You do the maths now, and you tell me if Colin Ambo ain't playing 6 for 9 with the heads of citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I just break down $8,000 for you. An extra $500. Right? Because you're burning $1,000 in electricity for 30 days, 50% increase. You have 1,000, 50% increase, that is 500, that is 1,500. Property taxes, 1,861. You haven't made grocery yet and you end up with 4,600. How much you're going to the grocery with? How much you're going to the market with? Come now, man, Trinidad and Tobago. All those of you who say side bashing, let me tell all you something. All you will be end up in my financial institution borrowing money. Take what I tell him. Me asking you, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that, me asking you. So all who working for 8,000 a month now, do the maths. Do the maths. Side you're bashing. Really? Do the maths and find out who bashing. Let me tell you something. This kind of info, only I get into no other program. It's had nobody else in Trinidad and Tobago with a program on TV to break it down the way we just break it down for you. Let's do the maths now and call me. Those of you who work in for less than 8,000 now, paying a loan for, hey, the man still paying the property. He's still paying for the property. So what's going to happen there now? Say something now. Say something and the man working for a company. He working for a company, take home salary is 8,000. Take home salary is 8,000. And before he go to the grocery, electricity come out, annual rental value tax come out, and he end up with 4,600. Or let's say something Trinidad and Tobago. Saieed talking nonsense. Do the math yourself. Call a good night.
Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I'm calling from Tunapuna.
Welcome to Napuna.
Saieed, and you had spoke about the increase in the pending water rate.
We haven't talked about water rate yet.
And you remember it used to be every 2 months, now they're bringing it monthly.
Correct.
Right? So just to show you, when this government continues to lie to the population, and when I say lie, with capital L, because I'll tell you why, Saieed. You see this whole thing, and I hope that when they fire Lisa Agard from TSTT, I want she to come out and speak out now. Not only she alone must suffer the consequences, because they have higher people. And you see the Minister of Public Utilities, Marvin Gonzalez, he also resigned his position too, because otherwise, as one of the previous callers said, you did not verify that this cyber leak affected people and whatnot and get into people's personal account and what have you. And you just come out and make a declaration and vehemently denying that there was any leak or any problem arising out of that. So therefore, you all are just like how all are attacking the DPP, all are going to Lisa Agard, but she had to come out and speak out now. And secondly, this next piece of lie that they perpetrated, Marvin Gonzalez saying, you're sending this thing to verify for the rate increase for TNTech. Why the hell only didn't do it in the first instance side, when there was so much a state entity owing TNTech how much millions or billions of dollars? Why only didn't rectify all these things first than to come and jump up and say a rate increase is imminent, and for 17 years how much they're in electricity rates and that sort of thing. I'm telling you, Saieed, they have been found lying. And what you said into what finance committee for? Rowley, when all this should have been done before all you propose any rate increase and before all you approach the regulated industry commission to come up with anything. But you see what is this? All you're so desperate. All you thief out all the money. The corruption that takes place in all the state entities and whatnot. And who are to pay for it now? We, the small people side. So I am saying there ought to be a thorough investigation, and I hope the opposition...
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. I just want to clear my throat a little bit. But let me tell you something. Get ready to call in now, and let me hear what all you have to say now. After I break down a salary worker of $8,000 working in a company, let me hear what all you have to say now. Come January 2024, all you will hold all your head and ball. Saieed telling all of that. We go talk after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
We just want to highlight our very own Narissa. Our very own Narissa Mohammed. Narissa, let me tell you something. The wait time gonna get hard, girl. Here's now. You see, because of the fact that you owe me money, right now them bailiff, they're gonna start to work. Because by emptying your house, which you have money for me, and I selling back your appliances and them, I go recover back my money. And I go take the stuff you have in your parlor now and I go sell it that. I go sell some other parlor. I had to recover back my money now. Thing going to get hard now. And every time the bird whistle and say you buy a bed and a couch and a stove, I come in for it, Narissa. I come in for it. I will send a license bailiff. I come in for a thing. Come back to me. I come in for my thing now. Time's getting hard. It's getting real hard. And if you take all that TV and I sell that TV for 1,000, that 1,000 less you have for me. Me studying how you living, you know. I said to recover back my money. And this is how the game going and play now. Whether I like it or not, this is how the game going and play. Because if you buy a fridge for 10,000, I'm sure if I come and take that fridge, I go get 5,000 for it. I had to recover back my money. And the way thing going and get hard from January, never say you go hold your head and ball. As I tell you, your vehicle is supposed to be mine. You refuse to bring it, we go down a different road. You making your children suffer, you know, not me. Not me. I telling you what I'm going to do from now. Call a good night.
Pleasant good night, my lord. How are you going?
My friend.
But the Diwali night, we had a little rain, but everything show up night after, and we continue with the program on it. Good. I have some things to do. The garbage men get 5 days for Diwali and for Eid and Christmas. Why did they leave it for 5 days? Why did ministers put it back for 3 days for? When this population big now, you have plenty business place. You have all kind of people in the country and want more rubbish coming, more rented. 3 days can't do the work. They want me to do CPF work, the government work, and the people work too. They are right and fair, and them alone want to have 7 days work and 7 days meal for themselves. We not people do them. And if we see kind of work, the people put out there for we.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
So here is Trinidad and Tobago. When all I feel is nonsense, I just be bringing to all you. I just bring incidents that happening on a day-to-day life. So with this individual now, who working for $8,000 a month, take home salary. You're taking out $1,861 from that $8,000 to pay your annual rental value every month. On top of that, if you're spending $1,000 in light bill, you're adding on $500 because of a 50% increase. Good? So your light bill becomes $1,500. So $1,861. You're adding to that now $1,500. Right? So that's $1,861 take away from the $8,000. $1,500 take away from that balance, and you're taking out $2,000 now for grocery. So after you take out those 3 expenses from 8,000, you're taking out 1861, you're taking out 1,500, and you're taking out 2,000 from 8,000. You end up with a figure of $2,639. $2,639 divide by 4. Now this is the money you end up with, you know. This is the money you end up with, you know. $2,639. You divide that by 4 weeks in the month. You end up with $659.75. You ain't give your wife no money. You ain't take out no money for school children. You ain't buy market in the house yet. You even buy a chicken to cook for Sunday. Trinidad and Tobago, talk to me, man. Or you're going to face this from January, February of 2024. Call good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead your life.
Yeah, sir. I'm working for less money than what you saying there, right? So I don't know how I'm going to pay bills when they tell me I have to pay for light bill and water bill and all these bills. How am I going to buy food? I can't afford to pay them bills. Then both of them have to take that money and keep it because I can't afford to even live.
Correct.
Like you're giving people a stone for bread.
Correct.
You can't be chastising the people like that. These people ought to be taking care of the people in Trinidad. They're taking care of themselves. They're not even trying to be nice to us. They're telling us they're taking away. I called you already based on the subsidies. Subsidies is what is going off for the people. And this is what's happening today. They take away petroleum and say it's their own. They want to sell it. They want to do what they want. I never owned nothing in my life, but I'm not going to take something somebody owned and sell it.
Correct.
That is not my right. That belongs to the country. You can't take the petroleum and sell it, and then the people get from a gold mine the money that they're supposed to be taking care of people. That money is supposed to be.
You got we lost him? Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, when you hear Imbert and his colleagues come on your media briefing and tell you all you're getting a rebate of a 500 and then for a security guard you're getting a 900 back into your hands. Trinidad and Tobago, when you break down the figures of what you're working for, what you ending up with? This man living in a 2-bedroom house. It's a flat house. 2-bedroom. Is a friend of mine. 2-bedroom. And his annual rental value is $22,338. Put back up on screen. This is what they sent him. Zoom up the figures. I want you and Tobago to see the figure. All let's see the figure as daylight. Good. $22,338 for a 2-bedroom house. A 2-bedroom house. Huh? 20. The government say here what's going on. Your rental value is $1,861. Them telling you what you paying. Come back to me. Them telling you what you paying. The man still paying a mortgage. I just broke down an $8,000 salary, an $8,000 take-home salary. The man have a wife and 2 girl child to see about. He have 1 vehicle. 1 vehicle. Think about it, can't buy next vehicle. And that is what I break down for you. $8,000 you're going home with. Your annual rental value is $1,861 a month. Your electricity is $1,500 a month. Your groceries is $2,000 a month. When you're done pay them treating, the salary you end up with in your pocket now is $2,639. That $2,639 divided by 4 weeks per month You end up now with $659.75. Let me tell you something. You ain't going in the market yet. You ain't put gas in your vehicle yet. You ain't give the school children, your two daughters going to school, you ain't give them money yet. You end up now per week with $659.75. I break down an $8,000 salary. I want to talk. All I want to talk side, you're bragging and you're this and you're serious. You break down your salary now. Let me hear what you have to say. You break down your salary now. I want to hear what you have to say. Call a good night.
Yes,
hello.
Sorry, good night.
My friend, go right ahead.
Sorry, that's 22,000 you're talking about this. That is the annual rental value, right?
That is the annual rental value that the government put on him for having a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah, but and the Minister of Finance says 3% of the annual rental value.
Boy.
And that's when the Minister of Finance come out and say, and it's 3% of the annual rental value. Let me ask you a question.
Hey, let me tell you something.
I want to ask you that something here, right? If somebody parents build a property, a big house, 100 feet by 30 feet upstairs and downstairs, they pass away and them inherit that house. They working for $5,000 a month just to upkeep the property. Where them going to get that money to pay that property tax? Tell me something now. I want to find out something too, because honestly, them figures are calling there making sense on the side. Because no normal man can't pay that money.
That's what I'm telling you.
Right? That person has to go back inside valuation and make it correct that side. That's what I would have do. Because I'm madness what I'm talking there. Them can never make you pay that. The Minister of Finance come out with his own mouth and say that there's more somebody has to pay $100 a month. That's what the man say.
Why the man make it? The man talking as that nonsense. Caller, I just watch me. When they value his house, his 2-bedroom house, right? The annual rental value is $22,338. So when you divide that, when you go to divide that 22,338 by 12, because you had to make it in a way with your salary, correct? Because at the end of the month, you have to pay 22,000.
Something here right there side, because I'm going to tell you something, right? You see plenty of these public servants, they doesn't read what they type and things sometimes, so that man have to go back and check that.
But caller,
I listen there.
That's why I tell the public, I didn't send him none. Let him put me to court and say I take my fight, boy, all the making joke.
No, well, with my input said that, right? I didn't vote for PNM, and I don't get nothing from no government, especially PNM. So you see these supporters of the PNM who does already get grants and handouts.
Put back up the next document.
Let them
the original document.
That property tax, because I don't have no money to pay for property tax on the side. I tell you that. And where the penalty for not paying property tax?
Caller, what's something? You see that on screen there? That is the same document I zoom up for the public to see. That comes from the government office. The government office sent him that, I believe it was on the 5th of October. He got this letter on the 5th of October. The government, who is in charge of property tax, sent that letter to him.
Yeah, we see side people are stop staying quiet, but people are come out and talk about these things. Because if everybody stay quiet and go and pay the tax, what do you think the man going to do next year and the following year? And
thank you, my friend.
2025, what do you think they're going to do again?
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, when all they tell all themselves, I come in on television here and I bragging, and those who want to say outside you're bashing and you're bashing and you're bashing, I just showed you a legal document that was sent from the ministry who is going to be in charge of property tax. They sent my friend that document on the 5th of October. He has a 2-bedroom house. The government said to him, after they did the evaluation, you will pay $22,338 at the end of 12 months. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, what I did for you, I break down the amount of money that he has to pay to the government. I break it down, I divide it in 12. In order to get $22,338, divide that by 12, we're coming up with $1,861. Minus that from a take-home salary of $8,000. And if you're burning your electricity per $1,000 per month with a 50% increase on the electricity bill, your bill will now come at the end of every 30 days $1,500. So that's $1,500 more now coming out of the $8,000 salary you're collecting. Now to top that off, you need grocery. So we put aside at $2,000 for grocery. You end up now with $2,639 from your salary of $8,000. Now divide your salary by 4 weeks per month. You end up now from $8,000 after you don't pay your bill, you end up with $659.75. You will give your wife no allowance. You will give the school children nothing to go to school. You ain't even gone in the market yet. Come Trinidad and Tobago, talk to me, man. Talk to me, man. Eh? Come 2024, let me tell you something. All I will be smoking dry bull grass. When I come here and I tell all what to expect, all of this see it happening. And this is my friend. I told him, I say, hey, where you going to send an application for? You know when the man tell me, he says, I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The government getting exempted from property tax. Those who own multi-story dwelling apartment building, all they getting exempted from property tax. I take a loan to build my house and you want to tell me I paying residential tax? Talk Trinidad and Tobago. Talk now. So if you own a 2-bedroom house, and you know what I wanted to do? You see when I get all the paper, like the guy who got his paper and sent it to me, I spoke to him and we break it down. This is how it break down. When all I get all the property tax paper, all send it in for me. Send it in. I want Trinidad and Tobago to see the kind of hardship come 2024. All they're going to face. Oh. Hear this now. This man ain't even pay an increase in WASA coming in March month yet. You even buy chicken to cook Sunday. Saieed, you're bashing. Hey viewers, let me tell you something. Things go so nice, but we hardly have time now. So here it is. A repeat of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. View it. Call me back here on Wednesday night. Let me hear what all you have to tell me. Until we meet again, good night.